random figure reviews, similar groupings of figures, and the occasional toy hunt. All right, YouTube Trolls Toys back at you with another video. This week's toy haul, Trolls Treasures, episode 64. And we're recording this video on Thursday, May 7th, which is my birthday. So for my birthday, I'd asked my fiance to get me The Crypt by Loose Collector Bigfoot. And bam, look what she got me. Isn't she awesome? I said, yeah, I would rather have Bigfoot slightly more than the Yeti. The Yeti would be my second choice because we picked up Monster Hud, what, 2 weeks ago now, I think it was, from the time capsule. But I said Bigfoot would be my first choice. We got Bigfoot, but bam, she's awesome. So we also got The Crypt, the Yeti. We didn't get Skookum, which is like this black-looking Bigfoot, which I wasn't too concerned about. I actually didn't really even know it existed, if I'm being honest, right? But these two just caught my eye more. And it looks like the Skookum is just like a black version of Bigfoot anyway. But I got them both for my birthday, which is awesome. So thank you, my love. Bam! Loose Collectors, The Crypt, Bigfoot, and Yeti. So on my birthday, we just did movie marathon, but on the day before, I said I'd like to go on some toy hunts, and I looked on McFarlane's site, and they said that I could find this only at GameStop, Platinum Edition Mortal Kombat Classic Noob Saibot, and they said I could find one at the GameStop at the Natick Mall, which is like 30 minutes from my house. So we listened to the GameStop website, and they did not lie to us. We were able to pick up Noob Saibot from GameStop, Platinum Edition from GameStop in Natick. But then also at GameStop in Natick, bam! They had this like OG Terminator NECA figure. I think this thing's pretty much, if I'm not incorrect, I think it's really old. So, but they got in another one somehow. It's young Arnold. We have old Arnold as the Terminator, so I had to pick it up. Obviously, we had 5% off. So he was 38, like $3 more than normal price, but that I can handle. And then this Dungeons and Dragons line, we'd found Hank, Diana, and Bobby, obviously at Ollie's. I'd seen Presto before in the wild and forgot to pick it up. And then actually one of the stores that I just went to yesterday had it in their video, and I forgot to ask. But they had Eric at the GameStop in Natick on clearance. Said $17, but he rang up for $8.49. So obviously had to bring Eric home with us. So that's pickups from May 6th, GameStop, Natick, Massachusetts. All right, we had to pan the camera back because GameStop in Natick was the secondary stop on May 6th. The main pilgrimage or journey was to the Emporium of Retro and Interesting Collectibles in southeastern Massachusetts, because they'd posted on their video the day before that they had received in a sealed Mondo Scareglow from Masters of the Universe 12-inch figure. We're going to have to lay him down this way. Pardon my mess. But I picked up Faker in March at a toy show and was a big fan. So we got the OG Scareglow from Mondo. Long sold out, but it was a trade-in to the Emporium. He glows in the dark, so I was happy to go and trade in some of my stuff to work down the price of this Mondo Scareglow. So thanks, Eric, for making me have a super awesome early birthday present to myself, or making it possible. Also coming in from the Emporium on May 6th, we picked up this Super 7 Thundercats Lino when he was like frozen in the Hook Mountain ice. So he's sort of the bluish color. I think it's a moment in time Thundercat, but I just thought it was quite cool looking, quite a good price. So we brought Mondo Lino Hook Mountain Ice home with us as well by Super 7. And normally I am not a statue kind of guy, which is more what this is versus a figure. But also coming in from the Emporium, I thought it was too badass to pass up. Half 55-gallon drums. It's like a floating platform. Laura Croft in a wetsuit. She's got both of her of her weapons here, her pistols, as well as the gun here. So more video gamey, cartoon looking Lara Croft. But for the price, we had to bring her home. Also coming in from the Emporium of Retro and Interesting Collectibles on May 6th. And we're jumping around a little bit this week, but on May 1st at GameStop in Auburn, Massachusetts, the clock had reset to use our monthly $5 off. I always like to go in and see if they have something cool, and bam, they had Platinum Edition Jade Mortal Kombat Classic, so had to bring her home. And I'd placed my pre-order with Ringside Collectibles for Ultimate Chelsea Green, so she arrived this week. And also on that pre-order was Elite Stephanie Vaquer, and her little horn crown has displaced from her head, but it's in here. It's right there. Normally I keep first time in the lines in the package, but there's no chance I was keeping Stephanie in the pack anyway. So welcome additions to the female wrestling collection that we have going from Ringside Collectibles. All right, on Tuesday, May 5th, went and saw Over Your Dead Body with my fiance, and there's a toy vault right in that mall in Marlboro. So we stopped by there because they're having the clearance event on the Super 7s, and we got Toxic Crusaders. We got Toxie. We already had Radioactive Red Rage Toxie, but we did not have the regular Toxie. 25 bucks. I mean, couldn't go wrong there. And I loved Cortex Commander so much that we found another worst figure for 20 bucks, and he looks pretty badass. His name's Killer Bat. So he comes with a boatload of accessories like Freddy Krueger claws on a baseball glove. I mean, I didn't think we could go wrong with those two. So those are pickups from the Toy Vault in Marlboro, Massachusetts on May 5th. Arriving from Hasbro Pulse, my pre-order of the Cobra Ramp Rats arrived. And this packaging is sick. I mean, I'm going to open these guys anyway. But probably not for a while because we still don't have our Rattler open yet, just due to lack of space. Going to have to get some work going in my basement to relocate my toy lair, I believe. Because we're running out of room in our little half bedroom where our toys are currently set up. But happy to have the Ramp Rats. I believe they also arrived on Tuesday, May 5th. Coming in Tuesday, May 5th, on my way home from work, I stopped at the Walmart in North Smithfield, Rhode Island, where we were able to score Darth Nihilus on clearance for 18 bucks. I'm not huge on Black Series, but he had been on clearance at 20, and they lowered him down to 18, and this is the last one. So I figured if I wanted him, I better go ahead and grab him. Also, Tuesday, May 5th, before the movies, going to see Over Your Dead Body. Same thing with Toy Vault. We stopped by the Target in Marlboro, Massachusetts, right next to the mall. Series 29 British Bulldog, $6.89. Box is torn, but we already had him hanging on the wall, so now we can have a loose version. We'd been long gaming Shambles Bobby the Brain. For some reason, he hadn't been on clearance. They finally marked him down to half price, $11.50. So I bought two, one to hang on the wall, one that we could open. So basically got two for the price of one. Did find one more Chronicles, new Master Universe Chronicles, the movie action figures. We got Idris Elba, I believe is who's playing Man-at-Arms. So we picked up Man-at-Arms. So now we have He-Man, Man-at-Arms, Scareglow, and King Grayskull. Still no Skeletor. Haven't seen him in the wild yet, but we'll pick him up when we do see him. Also, May 5th clearance. I mean, these things, they were 30 bucks normally for this Motu Transformer crossover, and I wasn't going to get into them. But $9 for Optimus Prime He-Man. I was like, yeah, I'm in. Especially when we could get the glow-in-the-dark Scareglow Starscream for $9 as well. And you're going to see the other two figures I'd bought and tried to, as you know, you might know I sell toys on Whatnot, JT Bird 33. So I'd bought Megatron Armor Skeletor on clearance from the first wave, as well as this figure that I don't really care for, which is Bumblebee Man-at-Arms. So we actually have all four of them now for basically the price of one. So we're going to add them all to the collection. These guys obviously not new, but I wasn't planning on keeping them. But since we were able to get the two newest ones to go along with the two older ones, like I said, all for the price of one, I can do that. Well, so we add them to the collection, right? So Also shipped my pile of loot from Big Bad Toy Store. I was hoping that it would arrive today on my birthday, May 7th. That's when we're recording this video. It was slated to arrive, but it got delayed. So it's like 20 minutes from my house, but it won't be coming in until tomorrow now. So you'll see my pile of loot in next week's toy haul video. But as always, Trolls Toys, I truly appreciate you watching my videos, and we'll see you soon. Peace.